that is apparently a meme. And apparently, again, I have an educated guess here and say that we might be going into the next movie. Is that right? Did you see this? Look at the program monitor. Is this guess correct? This is the next one. It's almost like a perfect segue there. Up 96 in the third here. That launched that satellite last week into orbit. They are doing basically satellite to cell service, right? Without any money coming out saying they want their constellation to be bigger, as well as the current satellite they launched. They expect that to be operational sooner rather than later. Separately, I want to show this video over here, if I can, before we go over to the boys. This video was just released by Tesla. Just give me an opportunity over here to move this over. So this is now under production, full-scale production, says Elon Musk. So just be on the lookout. When you just said, geez, Fabian, I want the, you know when Morty says, geez, like the
geez.
I want that key. I'm going to throw this up here just to show you, I like this trend. Now, the breakout move might not be, honestly, that is probably one of the greatest things I've ever, to actually hear somebody that's not my age say the original Tron is better, that's amazing.
It's just...
That's what I was thinking. You know what's really cool about that is, like, look, they're both great movies. And technologically, obviously, the Neutron's going to look so much cooler, but they both have great things about them. Like, I would, like, Blade Runner, both Blade Runners are really good. You know, like, I'll make the argument either one is quite as good as the book. Look, man, I'm not doing that's not a 6-7 thing. I'm literally saying either, how else am I supposed to say I can't even win? You have to understand that, like, my daughter is 8 years old, so if you think that you've been dealing with that a lot, trust me when I tell you, like, it's, I know we're talking about Tron, we talked about stock before this. No, but Tron is great. Cyber, that's what it was, Cyber. Yeah, that's what it was the Cybercast. No, like, I think this is going to be huge because I know we're supposed to talk about ASPS, but it's just a bounce off of this 50 period, which I think has some room to go. So I think you look at this as a big day to play tomorrow, and now let's segue into the Tesla. If you're looking at Tesla right now, understand that there's been some pretty impressive headlines and videos coming out of China with regards to whether it's Xpeng. Their robot looks pretty cool, and it feels like when it comes to production and marketing.
All right, guys, let's talk a little Tesla. Just the recap, the year-end recap there with that was.
All right, Grandma, here we go. This is what I've been doing constantly. Yeah, we got to make this place look pretty. You can see I'm already a day in. I'm going around, getting all the old holes filled in. It's just regular plaster. And you can see this wall is textured. So when you do plaster on this to fill holes, you want to go through with a wet rag and clean around the hole. What's that guy? I already did a little bit when it was wet. A lot easier doing when it's wet. But that way you still maintain the texture and you don't get those smooth spots. You know, a lot of times you'll see, like right here, there's a smooth spot someone fixed before. There's no texture there. So you can kind of tell that there's been damage done before. So you just try to litigate that, like right there. You know, that's a pretty bad job. Alright, well, so as you can see, I've been throwing caulk seams in everywhere, getting rid of all the cracks and things. Let's see, like right here, that's been done and it's all smooth, you can tell, and that just bothers me. So no, we didn't do that, but what you can do, put a little bit of spackle up out on here. You can make an artificial texture. Then I'll just go through and lightly sand that. Bada boom, bada bing. Same with over here. This window was a mess. Look at all these people. didn't do a very good paint job now, did they? Now you can see I already threw some plaster in there. So same thing, just gonna get some on the everywhere on the putty knife. And then I just tried to get it in there. There we go. You don't need much. And just overlap it a little bit. We'll let that dry and we'll come back and sand it. Bada boom, bada bing, huh? This is what separates good painters from the average. You can see there's a lot of... The painter's bane is trying to clean up after the people before. A lot of times that's the painter before. But you know, a little bit of caulk, a little bit of paint makes the carpenter what he ain't. You know what I'm saying? Had to fill that gap in. It's massive. Same thing, you can tell the difference of color. I'm going to throw a caulk bead in and we'll get rid of this seam right here. And every now and then you got to do it on the corners too. Like if there's cracks where the drywallers, they do a bad job on the corners, or the plaster does a bad job on the corners, it's our job to fix it. This corner's been done, as you can tell. And if you're holding the line, like if this is a different color from this, then having a caulk bead in there really helps you hold a straight line with the brush all the way down. But you could tell the difference between that one and this one. I hope it's just much. So I just, there we go. Don't need much. Just run your finger nice and smooth. Smooth it out. And you get the wet rag. That gets rid of the streak marks. You don't want to go too heavy on that. And then you let her dry, and that's a nice, beautiful, flush 90-degree corner. Alright, well, let me continue on prepping this thing up. Then I'll have to get in the closet. Gotta fix those lines right there. Alright, I'll be right back. I made a new friend. What's your name, buddy? Oh, yeah. I left Dizzle at home today. He needs to guard the ducks. That's her boyfriend. Anyhow, got this ceiling ready to go all the way around. Got these walls ready. And this bedroom's ready. So I'm going to do the ceiling, the closet first. Always do the top first, and that way, in case you drip, well, when you do drip, because it does happen, you can fix it on the way down. You don't want to do down here, get it all pre-mowed, and then make a mess up on top, and then have to redo it again. So, always start up on top. So I can get the ceiling done in here in the closet, then get this corner done, and then that way, and the ceiling, and that way I can push this up against the wall, and make me a little bit more room. Anyways, ready to go. Time to get moving. Left my cut bucket at home. Dope. Anyhow, we are cutting it in, and this is fairly porous, so it's really important to do a really good job the first time. Take your time the first time. Every other coat goes faster. But the angle of the brush really matters. The pressure on the bristles, see, watch. A lot of pressure. Look how much it missed. Light pressure, vertical. So, anyhow, it just takes time to learn, and you gotta have wrist strength, I guess. Shoulder strength. You gotta be like those Hindu that keep their arm up for like 50 years. Not that bad, but bad enough, hey. Anyhow, every now and then you gotta really try to clean your brush a little bit and then smooth it out real quick. Now primer, a lot of people don't do primer, I don't even know why. But if you want the true color of whatever it is that you're putting up, you need to prime it. It makes a base, a foundation, kind of like a conditioner for stain. It stops the, if you didn't put primer on there, one, you could see the stains and the pin marks and everything else like that, or like little, the plaster marks, the fresh repairs. But it also seeps in, it absorbs at different rates. Especially on wood, like a knot is going to be harder than like, you know, part of the grain, a wide grain area. So wood will absorb the stain in unevenly, and the same goes for drywall. You gotta do the primer. If you really want a good job, 2 coats of primer, because you never get it 100%. Alright, now I gotta cut around this light, and then I'll roll this baby out.
Just be careful.
Okie dokie. Getting ready to take down this
So yeah, we are looking good.
turquoise color, algae green. Got the ceiling primed out. Got this bedroom all primed up. Closet primed up, ready to go. Nice and stinky in here. Got it primed up to the door. Got the door frame primed. Got the door primed inside and out. Got this wall primed all over here. Heater's on. Everything's going white on white on white, guys.
Right now, depending on the capacity of gas turbines, the wait time is extensive. Now, my understanding is that the gas turbine wait times can vary between 3 and 5 years, but I'll tell you what, I just entered a query into...
I can't see the suns in my eyes.
So I'm just going to find out what it says. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll keep talking while it's doing the research, and then we'll bring you some of those answers. And, okay, the answer came in very quickly. So here's the answer. Let's see, they're not windmills, are they?
And you just press up against here.
Under the wind turbines. They are turbines that generate electricity. So these are gas turbines, not turbines. If they were gas turbines, there'd be a bunch of people walking around headwear. But okay, I got a turbine.
Okay.
Walking around. That would be turbines.
You can see that's how you get it nice and straight. Alright, and keep on plugging away. Alright, what a difference, huh? Single coat of paint on the ceiling. That wall, that wall, that wall. Not quite ideal, but you know, when it's furnished, you gotta do what you gotta do. Lightens it up quite a bit, huh? Alright, got the ceiling done, back corner's done. Because it's such a hardcore color, probably gonna have to do another cut around here and around the fixtures, around the closet. I haven't done this yet. Alright guys, I didn't think the video today. Just been working, got this place kind of cleaned up. Got the second coat on that wall done, and the corners, ceiling. So I moved everything out over there. Got that bed out. First coat of paint. So we're going to do some prepping tomorrow. More spackling, more sanding, more caulking. Oh, I gotta fix that still. And probably get the prep done, and then might be nice to start priming again. And then that way, break out the paint, we could do the double coat. First coat. Alright. anyways, that's how we do it. Cleaning as we going, making a mess, but you gotta tear it down to get on up. It's gonna be a lot nicer than this brown and whatever this is. Alright, cheers grandma. See you tomorrow. Alright guys, we're back. And let's put this little piece in. I put in another strip of drywall from here to here, screwed it in, and then I screwed this to the inside one. Patched it all up, letting her dry out. Put some texture on her and whatnot. Then started in here, just taking a look at everything, and oh my gosh. This is a 5-in-1. It's got about 20 applications. This is one of them. This is pretty bad. Put that up there. Alright, so vacuum this up. Throw some putty in there, let it dry, run back, probably more putty, more sanding, and then we'll caulk it. Oh jeez, there's always, get that shelf out, it never ends. Some of the spackle. Now, can you guys see these riffles that come up from the texture? So what you do is after you get this all prepped up, you get a wet rag and you come here and you clean up everything that is not part of the fix, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Spackle. The holes. And then that way you maintain the texture all the way up to the fixing area. And that's all you got to texture is the and then all you got to texture is the part that you fixed. And then these guys. Alright, well, I'm going to bore you too much, but that's basically it. Filling up that patch. Alright, got the window patched up. Just waiting for it to dry so I can run a caulk bead around it. Got the closet. Cracks caulked where I need them. This is still loose. Around the door, around the trim. Got all through here, got all of these. Got the fan. Got these guys, look how clean that is, huh? Chewing gone. I gotta run some, oh wait, I already did that. Clean this all up, scraped it up, caulked it up, all up through here, all up on the ground, all in and around here. Sweet.
Now here's where it gets interesting.
Oh,
this is in the high end.
Gotta fix that.
The snow depths up here are
Then
absolutely record-breaking.
I'm in the kitchen. Haven't done that. I think I'm running out of caulk here. But I just started scraping this up again. 5-in-1 / 17-in-1. Clean this shit up, man. caulk, a little paint, fix the carpenter and what he ain't, huh? And look at this. This is painter's bane. See how sloppy that is? What can I really do about it? Not a whole lot. Looking pretty solid. It's horrible. Those grease stains. Now, I got this extra, I call these the ghetto naps. Ghetto nap brush or roller for all that stuff. And then I'll use a nice one in here to try to keep it keep her smooth, less texture as possible. I'm gonna have to go through and sand this whole thing and try to get all these crusties off. Anyhow, that's where I'm at now. Oh, gotta fix that. Alright, let me mud that up. Use the rest of my caulk up and then I'll start priming. Back in a sec. Alright, see if I can do this one take dizzle. Now you see how that cut job is? Pretty bad, eh? That's definitely not professional, even right here. Let's see if I can do it up here. Now the trick is, it's just the angle. See, my brush is pretty much at a 45. These people are probably going like this, which is impossible to get to. But if you do it like get the excess off your brush, and then come in at the 45, and then just ride the line. And then you can always go back and fix it or whatever. But look at it. Same thing for over here. Come in. Pretty much at a 45. You see the edge of my brush there? How sharp it gets? Like a knife? Now you don't want that bead on there, because if you get the bead of paint, then it'll bleed over. So get rid of the bead and then come in and just ride it at a 45. Now, you just do this once or twice, and then if you want to, you gotta fix it. But come back to it later. Don't keep working it, because it starts getting tacky and sticky right now. So just, that's it, and leave it. But look, that's pretty fucking straight. It's all about the angle of the brush. Take the excess off, and then come in. Anyhow, oh yeah. Look how nice and sharp that is, huh? Fuck yeah. Tip number 57. Hole in these old cheap doors. You fill it up with the old spackle, and then you sand them down with the block. Now you use the block so you don't put finger grooves and things on it, and the block allows you to get to the wood around it and make it look like this. Just a little bit more to get off right here to bring out the wood, and then you won't even be able to tell. There was a repair done. What's the primer and the paint? See that? Okie dokie, we are back. Look at these colors. I fixed this guy up pretty good. Smooth as butter. This guy is pretty bad everywhere. Look at all this. I'll have to clean all that. You just look at all the giant cockweed. Clean all that up. There's another one of those down here. Yeah, right here. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Get all that. These guys. Get this guy. These guys, look at barely even in there. So the only problem really is like whoever painted this before, lousy jobs. No one really cares, I guess. Anyhow, that's that. A little caulking, a little mudding, scraping. Anyhow, that's how we do. This guy's ready to go. Oh, no, he's ready to go. And mudding over here. All through there. All right, anyways, I'm gonna keep on moving. Be back. Looking good though, huh? A lot brighter. Dang it. Now, my problem with this is I always want to get it as close to perfect, so I have to do less sanding. But it does shrink a little bit, and it does draw back, so you can go too far. There we go, that looks good. Nice, all the way up here, down. Okay, we'll let her dry up a little bit. A lot. Oh, we'll go from there. Got the holes patched here, 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 here. All through here. When's the last time you've been in this position? Look, what the fuck do I do here? These guys came over and did such a bad paint job. They're over like by half an inch. And look at this. Never in my life. It's pretty bad. You gotta take the top off at the very least. Hey. Painter's bane, man, is covering up other people's mistakes. Or carelessness. Alright, let me get off the throne here. Alright guys, short day. Starting to rain and snow. It's the day after Christmas anyway, so short day. Got a caulk bead in here, got some mud. Got this primed up, got this hole started to fix. I didn't even see this one. This is ready to go. Caulk bead on the sides. Let's see, the bathroom primed up. I need to throw a caulk bead on that fan. But ready to go. Got that hole all fixed up, ready to go. These walls are all primed. This is not dry yet. I fucked it up a little bit. So put caulk in as much as I could, except where the mud is not dry. And then got the kitchen all brightened up. Makes quite the difference. Threw a caulk bead along the trim. And the cabinets. Looks a lot better. Except for where they overpainted by like an inch. Anyhow, that's it. I'm going to head home. Short day. But we're moving right along. Okay, we're back. cutting it in.
That's just how it works.
Second coat, first coat, first coat,
Extremely good.
This is where most investors really
first
see
coat,
corrections as endless.
final coat, final coat, final coat. We're out of here.
There's subordinate
Hopefully they have a little bit more paint at the
rights,
hardware store come Monday. It is a Sunday.
a $50
Anyhow, when you get to this stage,
it's
a little bit
recalibration
different than the
based on
primer.
monetary assets. Historically,
What you want to do
tops before
is
gold
just do one wall at a time.
That relationship held in
Especially if you're by yourself like I am.
2011 and 2020.
One wall at a
Let's
time.
fixate on RSI while
And
ignoring
it's the final
balance
coat,
sheets
so
and
make sure you
central
get
bank
everything.
demand. If gold's drivers stay intact, silver weakness becomes volatility.
So when I'm priming,
Next
like I can just go on
which gold drivers could actually reverse.
and
And those drivers, I think, are in place. They're not going away.
do multiple walls at once. But once you start painting, you don't want to cut in too far and then have to come back because the paint will get tacky.
Now, a lot of people think it
Alright, well I can still see some of that chocolate mint green through this, so we're going to pop another coat, roll another coat on here, just to make it nice. Those colors are hard to cover. And look at this. I just put another spread on here, but perfectly smooth. It took about 4 days of just a little bit every day. Alright guys, semi-gloss white on white on white, pretty much done. We've been out of power for like the last 3 hours, so I packed up. Still doing the second coat on the dark spots here in the bathroom. I can't really quite see. And that's about it. Look at that beauty thing. Ooh, nice and smooth. Looking good, looking good. Another beauty, looking good. So much brighter in here now. Quite the difference. So, I'll be back in the morning, do that little bit, but that's it for the video, guys. Hallelujah. Hope you learned something. Ching chang chonga.